Progressive firms have achieved certain levels of straight-through processing internally, with most of the automated processing occurring within the four walls of the broker-dealer. Input, as well as output, is disconnected, and overnight mail or faxing is the transport mechanism for moving information between entities. These static channels create a broken dealer and only achieve part-through processing. There are real reasons for the slow move to frictionless processing between all parties. Technology is one. Web-based systems and web services are now making it easier to get systems to talk to each other. Another key factor is that the technologies necessary for electronic processing, such as e-signatures and check processing, are proven and generally available. E-sign and Check 21 are now law, and firms and advisors are rapidly moving away from the current scenario that looks something like this today. Tim, the client, drops off a check and application to Bob, his advisor, who in turn hands it along with other non-related documents to Mary in the office. Mary sorts through the documents, makes copies, files brokerage documents in one file cabinet, outside business in another, and general office files in another. On her way to the fax machine, Mary stops for a soda, gets the documents supervised by the OSJ, and then fills out a blotter. She then bundles the check and application up with a bunch of other checks and applications and hands them to Steve, the courier, who puts the package in a van and drives it to the airport. Steve hands it to Hal, the handler, who puts it on a plane for a rendezvous with a different Steve and Hal on the other side. Eventually, the check and app make it to the broker-dealer. When it gets to the broker-dealer, the application is given to Angie. Angie's a principal who reviews the application and notices that the wife on the application missed a signature. Angie calls Bob, the advisor, but gets voicemail, so she also emails Bob that the application is incomplete and needs to be corrected. Bob, now back at his desk, being away for a client meeting, calls Tim, the client, who is golfing. The phone rings during Tim's swing, and startled, he hits the ball into the woods. When he picks up the phone, he finds a message from Bob about a missing signature. Hours later, Tim gets in his car, goes and picks up his wife, comes back into the office. She signs the application, Bob reviews it, puts it in Judy's inbox, who just left for the day. When Judy gets to work in the morning, Judy again puts it on a truck that goes to a plane that goes to another truck that goes back to Angie. Angie replaces the application with the other application at the bottom of the stack. After processing all the other applications that came in since she processed the initial app, she creates her daily bundle. And, well, we'll go easy on Steve and Hal this time, as the application is processed and an account number is created, and Angie then faxes or mails the account number back to Bob. Once the broker-dealer completes its processing, a package is either faxed or FedExed to the clearinghouse. And if Tim wants to make a subsequent purchase, the process starts anew. That's a lot of time, money, and manual touch points. Every touch is a very real point of failure, and when one step fails, the whole process fails, and the dreaded NIGO rate goes up. The madness has to stop. There is a solution.